Hello there, my name's Gary. I've owned a Theoben now for a couple of years, and I remember the first time I come to try and use it, how worried I was about refilling the air tube, etc. What I'd like to do today is try and demonstrate to you. It's quite simple, there's nothing to fear. Obviously using very high pressures, so there are some things that you need to be aware of. First things first, safety, just make sure that the rifle's not loaded. So you take any magazine out, take that out of the way, and fire the rifle off in a safe direction. That's just made sure now, as you can hear, the rifle is empty. Oops, there goes the window, no, just joking. This is a Mark II, and I believe with the Mark I as well, you have to burp or fart the action. Initially I thought, what are they on about? As you cock the weapon in the regulator there, it just fills the thing with air. And it's always under pressure, so if you try to just unscrew the body bottle from it, what's going to happen is you're going to pop the little O-ring that's on there. That's what a lot of people tend to do. So the way you do this, as I said, first off, make sure your gun's empty. Take your magazine out, shoot it off in a safe place. I tend to just unscrew it, and I do 10 little counts. Put it between your legs, crack it, and do 10 little turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, fire off the action several times, and you'll hear it start to go down in sound. It's going now till there's absolutely just a spring action that you can hear. It's then safe to remove the body bottle. This is a 300 bar diving cylinder, and as you can see, it's got a flexible hose fitted. I've used some hydraulic fittings that are rated up to 600 bar, and that's what's under that red cap there. All of them will be fitted with a gauge like this, and you'll be able to see that this particular gauge goes up to 400 bar, so it's more than capable, this gauge, of looking after a 300 bar bottle. Okay, the connection then, this part here is I believe a standard hydraulic fitting. It's a quick fit. That you do get some called best fittings on the internet, which are very good, and they look after the air gunners very well. But me being a cheapskate, I got this for about, I think the connector was about £8, the hose was about 15, and the plugs that go in it, because I've got several different manufacturers types, were about £4.50 each. So a little bit cheaper than the best fittings, and to my mind a bit more industrial quality, but each to their own. The best fitting stuff is very, very good and has some fantastic write-ups. Okay, I'll show you what I do now with the bottle end to put the quick release fitting on it. This is the male end of it, and we're just going to screw this onto the end of the bottle here. Okay, there is a little Delrin washer inside. Delrin's like a posh plastic, like a nylon. That goes all the way down and then just really just tightens up, and that fits on like so. Okay, if you notice the gauge here now, as I unloosen the diving cylinder's flow valve, the gauge will move quite quickly and then come to either click or a stop, or it'll slow down. This indicates the bottle pressure that's already left in the cylinder. You might have fired 100 or 200 shots, and obviously you're going to use more air. So as soon as it starts to slow down, that will indicate how much air you've used. So it's a good indicator as well if you can remember how many magazines you've shot, whether they're 177 and you're shooting 17, or 22 or 20s that shoot 12 shots. Count your magazines, and then you'll find out how much air you're actually using, and give yourself some idea, unless you want to do pellet after magazine on a test range, which is not my cup of tea, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to do is turn this open fairly wide, this will shoot up, and as soon as you see it slowing down, that will indicate then how much pressure's actually left in the bottle as we are. Okay, so let that go. This one's starting to squeal a bit. This one hasn't been used much. You can see from here that's about 180 bar. You can fill right up to 230. So once it hits that there, you don't open it fully all the way. Just do it very gently now, and this is the sort of speed that you want to, excuse the noise, this is the sort of speed that you want to be filling it up at. That's the metal ball bearing just flickering inside the valve there. It will slow down as the pressure equalises. Okay, so we're up to 200 bar now. And that's the sort of speed that you want. You don't want to rush it in there because the bottle overheats and you actually don't get as much fill as you require. So we're up to 220 now. It's one of the reasons as well that people don't recommend that you buy 232 bar diving cylinders, because obviously you're equalising. This one's actually run out of air at 230 bar anyway. So that tightens off. On this particular model, some have a screw thread. On this particular model, you just press the pressure release valve here. Obviously this whole hose assembly, this here, is all still at well, now 230 bar, 220 bar. So if we try to take this off, it'll fire off like a rocket. That's probably the dangerous bit that people are worried about. This makes quite a hiss when it goes, obviously, with that sort of pressure. So as soon as that's empty, that means this charge now, this hose is not charged anymore, and we're down to the zero. Okay, so it's simply uncouple. I'll protect it by shoving it in a little plug there. So bringing the gun back on there. Just make sure that your little O-ring on the buddy bottle there is not shot. If it's torn or got little cuts in it, get it replaced. You can get I think 40 of them off eBay, 90 sure, for about £4.5. Theoben charge you about 50 pence each. Okay, most hydraulics places will sell them, but the guy on eBay is pretty good. Okay, so we're all the way in now. We're turning the boring bit all the way back in. You hear a slight hiss, and then it's the last half a dozen little turns until it's locked up. Okay, obviously now there's no air transferred in there because we haven't done anything with the bolt. So suggestion is shoot a couple of shots and you're ready to go. With the cylinders filled as they are, this particular rifle's a 177. You get, according to Theoben's website, 220 shots off of that charge at 230 bar. I believe on the .20 caliber it goes up to 320 shots, and again, according to the website, with the .22 caliber you get 420 shots. So very economical, although they look big and bulky. Some say ugly. I thought they were very agricultural when I first had them. You get a fantastic shot capacity on a charge. Okay, so that's the way it all goes. And happy hunting. I hope this has been of use to someone. I know I panic quite a bit, but that's how you fill a Theoben buddy bottle up.